Now, I don't know about you, but I was really disappointed when I read in the paper that Barack Obama was not coming to Fancy Farm. You know, I would have loved to have seen him without a teleprompter in a crowd of bitter voters who cling to their guns and religion. But he's not here. How many of you all enjoyed watching his little crisscrossing Europe, pretending to be president, all while being chased by his paparazzi friends and media? Wasn't that fun to watch? You get a lot of publicity for that. Notice they had a little logo on the plane. They have the official song of the trip and everything else. Well, they now have an official drink of the Obama campaign. You know what that is? Kool-Aid. The official drink of the supporters of Barack Obama is Kool-Aid. It's got to be. I mean, I can't think of any other reason why so many of the Democrats outside of Kentucky are so enthralled. Kentucky is kind of interesting. We had record turnout in the primary. Record number of Democrats came out to vote against their nominee for president. It was so clear it was going to be Barack Obama as the nominee. And they had to have known how embarrassing it would be for their nominee to lose so badly on election night. And so tomorrow, when they start talking about Barack Obama and how excited they are that he's their nominee, they're faking it. They don't want to be seen with him. They dread it. You know, if we were allowed to have props on stage, we'd probably pull something back from 1994, where we had a cardboard cutout of Bill Clinton on the stage and dared the Democrats to get their pictures taken with him because they were so afraid. And in Kentucky, outside of Louisville, maybe Lexington, Democrats in Kentucky are afraid of Barack Obama. These Democratic activists are afraid. And Democratic voters, the average Democratic voters, are going to vote for John McCain. And we're going to win Kentucky pretty comfortably. And we're going to put our electoral votes in the right column. You know, Scott did a great job talking about Mitch McConnell. And he's been a phenomenal leader of our state and our country. And we really owe it to our country to make sure that he stays in Washington, D.C. Because let's face it, it's going to be very difficult for us to get control of the Senate after this election. So it's critical that we have somebody who's conservative, who's as brilliant as Mitch McConnell, and who's committed not just to bettering Kentucky, but bettering America. So we owe it to America to make sure that we return Mitch McConnell. And I can't wait to make his case tomorrow at the picnic at Fancy Farm. Now, I thought I'd give you a little bit of updates about some things going on in Frankfort. One thing you might have missed, our Lieutenant Governor, Daniel Mangiardo, he has been issuing press release after press release talking about all the things he does as Lieutenant Governor. Okay. He was playing baseball in Frankfort one night, and he issued a press release and said, "I'm playing baseball in Frankfurt. Y'all come at 4 o'clock and come watch me play baseball." But then it started raining, so he sent out a press release that said, "Oh, I can't play, it's raining. The game's canceled." Then he sent out a press release saying, "I'm riding horses in Western Kentucky, and I'm getting ATV certification in Eastern Kentucky." I didn't know that being Lieutenant Governor was so much fun. But he obviously has time on his hands and political ambition. And we do wish him the best of luck with his marriage. I'm excited for the two of them. The other thing that's interesting is the governor has been borrowing several of our office's best ideas. It's kind of interesting. You may have heard about some of this. We unveiled 2 very innovative programs in our office this year. The first was, given the gas prices that the Democrats won't do anything about, we have a lot of employees who, like you, are spending a lot of money driving to and from work. So we encouraged our employees. We said, "Hey, listen, we got a deal for you. If you'll come in earlier, if you'll leave later, and you have a shortened lunch, and you learn how to do each other's jobs, we can have our office the same hours as it is now, maybe even longer, but you only have to come into work 4 days a week. How about that? It's a win-win for everybody." So we have way over about half our employees sign up. It's going really well so far. For those of you in the Central Time Zone, you'll be glad to know we're actually open past 4:30 Eastern Time now. So if you call 4 o'clock Central Time, you're going to get somebody in our office. Now, we did all that without increasing taxpayer costs. So how about this? Our employees are happier. We're giving you more service without increasing your taxes, and actually on a 16% reduced budget. Well, come to find out, a couple of weeks ago, Governor Beshear had a press conference, and he talked about things he was going to do. And guess what? He said, "Let's do the 4-day work week." So all the folks you see over here, when they heard that announcement, walked down to our office and found out how well it worked. Kind of nice. I got a lot of free publicity for it. So I appreciate the governor, and maybe he was right. It doesn't matter if it's a Republican or Democratic idea, if it's a good idea. So I'm going to keep sending him good ideas, and he can keep copying them. You know, we're a small agency. We'll be leaders. He can be a follower. That's okay. We're all taxpayers. Another area where he did this, although not to the same degree, is taxpayer transparency. Now, and I want to encourage all of you to follow me on this one. Every dollar that we spend in our office, we now itemize on the internet. So if you want to see how much we spend on official items, on a copying machine, on salaries as a lump sum, on travel, on whatever we spend money on, paper, anything, it is all itemized, each page on the computer, on the internet, and you can search it and sort it and download it. I realize I'm giving this information to whomever my next opponent is for my next campaign, but that's okay. It's your money. It's the taxpayers' money. So we put this online, and the day we issued the press release to discuss the transparency initiative, the governor announced and issued a press release that he was going to study transparency. And so he put together a task force, and he invited me to be on it, so which is good. So at the first meeting of the task force, I told them, here's how we did it. It's really easy. You all ought to do this. And so my challenge to all of you is your local fiscal courts, your boards of education, your city commissions, any taxpayer agency, whether it's controlled by Republicans or Democrats, ask them to do it. It's your money, and you ought to have the right to know how it's being spent. And let me tell you this, when they have to put everything online, they'll think twice about wasting your money. School boards in particular are a great place. People don't pay attention. And in this tight budgetary times, every dollar matters. So the governor announced the task force. He's studying, we're leading. Taxpayers in Kentucky will ultimately win. So those are some of the things that are going on in Frankfort. I'm really excited about tomorrow. I've got no announcements for tomorrow. Nothing surprising, other than hopefully some good one-liners against the folks on the other side. Fancy Farm is a lot of fun. It's a great chance to come out and see so many wonderful people in Western Kentucky. And as we always say, this is the battleground. This is where we Republicans win. This is where Ken Winters is going to win, where Ed Whitfield's going to win. We have so many great candidates on the ballot, and all of you are going to make a difference for us. And remember, it's not just for us, it's for America. So work hard this fall, have fun tomorrow, drink lots of water tomorrow, and together we're going to win this thing. God bless you, and thanks for coming out tonight.